So, the Jacob & Co. Beachfront Living by Ohana. Before we get to the main project, let's talk about the location. Because the most important selling point for any piece of real estate is the location of the project and where it is located. Our project is located in the middle, in between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Why is it important to purchase in this area or this region? Is that if you take a closer look at what's happening in terms of developments in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi, you're going to see that all mega projects or mega developments from Dubai's side are slowly by little moving towards Abu Dhabi. And the same thing is happening from Abu Dhabi's side. Almost all mega projects that are happening from Yas Island to the Abu Dhabi International Airport, little by little moving towards Dubai. So eventually those coastal lines in between Abu Dhabi and Dubai will intertwine and merge at a certain point in time. Technically, the biggest projects currently in the country are happening in this area. Starting with Al Maktoum International Airport, it's going to be the biggest airport in the world in the next 10 years. Not in the region, not in the GCC, we're talking worldwide. In the next 8 years, the XB will shut down and the entire aviation business will turn into Al Maktoum International Airport. For those of you who do not know this, you should know it. That by itself is a destination. Moreover, if we're going to take a closer look, we have the Palm Jabal Ali, and it's one of the most important projects that are currently taking place adjacent to us. And also, there is the Jabal Ali Beachfront, just adjacent to the Palm. As you can see it here, we're going to zoom in. It have all sorts of amenities, from mangrove beaches, kids' playgrounds areas, to the eco camps, turtle nesting areas, onshore swimming. So it's a huge public beach taking place directly to the right side of the community that we're building in. What does this remind you of? Me personally, it reminds me of what happened 20 years back in the JBR. You know, they had the Palm Jumeirah built, then behind that they built all those mega skyscrapers and towers and everything. So they created this important beachfront as a destination, and then after that they started developing the entire land behind it. So where does that leave us? This area is where the developments are coming into in the next 20 years. This is the main focus. You know, Dubai South. It's all about Dubai South in the upcoming 10 years. Open Google Maps now, you're going to see that all of this area here, there's a huge land mass. I mean, there's a lot to be developed. So yeah, the real estate market in that area is going to increase in price. It's logical. It's a standard thing. So what makes our project special? Why will your client come in and be interested in buying in our project, other than we are just adjacent to all those developments? It's one thing and one thing only. It's something that is unique and you cannot find in any other project. It is simply the beachfront. And what I mean by beachfront, I mean an unobstructed, open sea view beachfront water with clear crystal blue water. And that is something very unique. You'll technically not find it anywhere else in the UAE. Currently, if we're talking about Abu Dhabi, the only beachfront locations, like really open beachfront location, is in Saadiyat Island. Then in between that area and Al Jurf or Ghantut, which is where our project is located, it's all mangroves. It's not really open beachfronts. And we have the Jabal Ali beach, but then it's a huge public beach. It's not private. That will have it. And then in Dubai, there's a lot of beachfront, but there's no more availability for any new developments. The undeveloped freehold land on the beach is less than 2% in between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. This is the actual statistics of it. I mean, in the desert, you can keep on building for the next 20, 30 years, but something beachfront will not come in again to the market. And when we're talking about beachfront, I'm talking about full beachfront project. The Jacob & Co. Beachfront Living is located in this area, and this is the entire Al Jurf community, comprises of different developments taking place, starting with the phase 1 and phase 2 of the development, to the Shah Resort, which is a 5-star resort and hotel that is taking place on the private island on the top, to the private marina, private palaces that exist in that area. But if we kind of take a look about what's happening to the left side of the community, you're going to see that everything from the left side is taken private palaces. There's no more beachfront. There's no empty lands on the beach, except in our community currently. And then from the right side of the community, it's almost the same thing, as there's also the Santorini Resort, which is one of the most exclusive resorts that opened last year. Again, let me show you what's happening inside our community. So as I said, all of this area right here, which is this area right here, from here all the way up to here. This is a fully developed area, by the way. For anyone who did visit the location, you see that all of this is fully developed and fully constructed almost. So this is real footage from the actual site of phase 1 and phase 2. This is not Jacob & Co. It's just the community that is just directly beside it. If your client is coming to that area, we're going to take him inside, show him the construction, show him the quality of the work and the quality of the finishing that we're delivering. So by the end of this year, all of this area to the right side of the community is going to be fully handed over. Today, we're talking about this side of the project, Jacob & Co Beachfront Living, that is surrounded by a natural reserve that is directly on the beachfront, which is this project right here. It's all about the beachfront. The unobstructed views, the open horizon beach view. Right here, we're selling limited edition real estate properties. This is actual footage from the area itself. The gazelles, the deers, the beachfront, the greenery behind it, all of that. Our architects blended the architecture in the main entrance to have the main gate built in the same gazelles effect and all of that. So this is the main entrance of the project. But let's get to the most important thing that you're here to sell out, which are the residents. The sizes of the units are very big in size. We're talking about 1,000 square foot starting for the one-bedroom apartments, almost. The two-bedroom apartments are in between 150 to 185 square meters. For a three-bedroom apartment being 2,200, that's actual luxury in the project. And then again, we have the penthouses, which are also bigger in size, which are technically the corner units. The penthouses sizes span from 6,500 square foot up to 10,000 square foot. And then another bigger unit that we have are the sky mansions. The sky mansions are those top units on top. They're very limited in number. They have like 360 view. Slab thickness in this floor has been made to be a 0.6 meter slab thickness to accommodate a real garden on top. It's like a huge foundation being built on the top of the building, and then on top of that, there are 4 different sky mansions or sky villas on top of it. And they have their own private entrance, with their own private elevator, with their own private lobby, with their ground floor parking spaces, each one of them independently. So they're real, actual sky mansions on top, like they're floating mansions on the top of the building. And the sizes of those spanned from 1,600 to 2,200 square meters, which is about 18,000 square foot, up to 23,000 square foot. We're delivering the units with full interior decoration, not the furniture. The furniture is not included, but the interior decoration is all there. So you're buying the unit with full interior decoration, with the full kitchen appliances and the entire setup of the bathrooms, fixtures, all of that, but without the furniture. Now, one important thing to add to the product, because you're not just selling here a piece of property, you're selling the property with all the amenities that comes with it. We have 80,000 square foot of ground floor amenities in each building. This is the main lobby. As you can see, the lobby itself stands out as a huge, spacious lobby, something similar to what you have in the 5-star hotels. It will have the biggest dynamic clock by Jacob & Co. Designed and branded by Jacob & Co. It's an art piece in the ceiling, assembled by Jacob's team, built by Jacob's team, and he's promising that he will be able to achieve a Guinness World of Record on such a watch. So that is something on the main entrance. Technically, people will go there just to take a selfie, sit below the watch, and by itself is going to be a destination. And then we have the first of a kind Jacobs & Co. Social Club, which comprises of 3 parts. This is the Cigar Lounge by Jacob & Co. It's an open beach cigar lounge, directly on the beachfront. The Business Center and the Residence Club. Moreover, we have the salon and lounge spaces for anyone from the outside who's coming to sit down with you or join you for a coffee or a business meeting or whatever. And of course, we have the restaurants, the bakery and cafe shops. Moreover, we have the kids area and the gym and spa. But what not everybody has are the services that we added to the project. From the housekeeping services, to the valet parking, to the concierge, home delivery, dry cleaning, and even the luxury experience service. So if you want to rent out a boat, you can do that. Or if you want to rent out a berth or a parking spot for your yacht, we have a private marina directly adjacent to the project, so you can do that. So all of those are ultra-luxury services that we added to our residents and our project. And to elevate that, we added the sport amenities, beachfront volleyball to the tennis courts. It's all about the beach, as I said, so we have a lot of water activities that will be there to be experienced by the people because it's a real open beachfront. Now, the lifestyle amenities comprise of multiple things. Most importantly is the Jacob & Co. Beach Club. It's the first of a kind beach club by Jacob & Co. directly on the beach. This is the actual design and the renders of the beach club, as well as 4 different restaurants with the Jacob & Co. Beach Club in the middle. Now, to jump into the last phase of our presentation, we'll talk about the villas. We'll have multiple kinds of villas, from beachfront, direct beachfront villas, to the canal front villas that are directly on the canal, to the second line, third line villas that are overlooking the natural reserve. This is the 4-bedroom villa. As you can see, it's modern design. It has beautiful finishing. This is the interior layout of the villas. And then we will have the 5-bedroom canal villas that are directly on the canal with a small beachfront. You have the 6-bedroom canal villas, which are bigger in size, even bigger in size. The nice thing about all our villas in our community as Ohana, they're fully customizable, meaning the client can change the interior layout of the villa as he wishes it to be. We deliver the villa with full landscaping and the pool included in the price of the unit. And then we have the big beachfront mansions. Those are the crown jewels of our project. We have very limited number of those units. I believe they're the only units in the entire UAE that have double views from both the front and the back. So they're like the most important units that we have in our project.
So as a conclusion, you've got the lifestyle amenities along with the amazing open horizon beachfront with clear crystal blue water. And all of this project is enclaved by a huge natural reserve with the greenery and a beautiful environment around it. All of that elevates the level of luxury, making Jacob & Co. Beachfront Living by Ohana the perfect destination.